Welcome back, witches and wizards. Have another exciting day. It's our first full day in Sydney here, so lots of stuff to do, lots of stuff to see. Get ready for another adventure. Alright, so we got a lot of exciting stuff to do today. And just like any other day, we're going to start out with a loading into Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. So I want to finish out Hphm, our prep work for that. So we're going to jump on over to our Charms classroom. Load on in here, and we need to get these extra few stars here. So I don't know how much service I'm going to have, but I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the 8-hour lesson, try and get some more house points for SlytherWin, you know. Gotta win this out, and attentive students will have a much easier time casting charms. Eyes on me. Sweet. So we will go ahead and run through this charms class, do some research, and so Hphm is pretty regularly used in the books and the movies for Harry Potter. This is one of the key spells early on, because this is something that opens up doors. So if something's locked, you need Hphm. There are, of course, charms that can prevent against it, so it's not the 100% effective you will get in, but it's a good chance. It's just a normally locked door. Not too bad. Sweet. Got our first star all here, got our focus on. We'll begin here with our reviewing spell effects. So, gonna note this diagram, run through here. Notice that you're only getting stars, it seems, when you're actually completing a task. So the stars or the star bar at the top, it's only going to go through if you've actually completed something. So if you realize that you're kind of far away, it's better to kind of try and complete something, and if you're really close, then do something small like 1 or 2. So here it's like a 1 task. Rowan has a 1 task as well. But the board's also 1 right now, so kind of got through all the busy ones. We will run out to the hall, grab that extra 1, and then we should hopefully be right at enough. Yeah, so we got our 2nd star here. Take some more empathy points. Alright. Doing well here. Got 2 stars down, so that is technically enough to unlock the Hphm lesson. But I'm going to try and do as much as possible in this one, because these are easy points for the House Cup. You also get a little bit more rewards, just in general, so like more coins and things like that, more points out of this, so I feel like it's going to be a little bit better to do it this way. And I'll be back, so see you soon. Out at a wilderness park here in just outside Sydney, so we drove quite a few kilometers today. Out in a nature preserve, really cool stuff. So we're gonna do a walkabout today. Really excited about that. Gonna go hopefully see some kangaroos, some koalas, and emus, and quite a few more. So really excited about that service here. We are what is called what they're naming in the bush, which I've never heard of before, but apparently it's quite remote, so not going to be so much playing, but I still have an adventure to do. I did a little bit on the bus on the way out here, so the tour bus definitely had that, but we'll see how much I can get done. And if not, I'll finish it on the way home. I'm pretty close, so I'll post footage of it. It'll be there. Hope you enjoy this Australian nature preserve. Good day. Finished up seeing a baby kangaroo, wallaroo, little Joey. It's cool. They're bringing out a snake next. Let's see this. Enjoying this walkabout. It's pretty wild, pretty amazing stuff here. Petted a Tasmanian devil, petted a koala. Lots of crazy neat things here, so get into nature more. It's worth it. It's super great. There's quite a few walking paths here. This is what I was looking for, actually. So I'm really glad that I'm not at a zoo, that I am at a wilderness walkabout, that I can just see animals interacting with each other and hopping around, and it's really neat. They do rehabilitation here, so I'm really enjoying this experience. It's pretty rad. My energy's full. I'll get to it. I'll get to it soon. Maybe. We'll see. This is cool though. Lots of animals. Lots of Australian animals. This is rad. Alright, so we got 8 minutes left in our charms class here, so I will go ahead and try and round this out as best as possible. Going quickly. Gotta try and round this out. Hopefully finish up. Shouldn't be too bad. And then we'll be all ready for our Alohomora. I'm going quickly. And I'm falling behind in my group. It's okay though. I'll make it. It'll work. It's going well though. Got an engraving here.
See the tail? Yeah. back, ears, face, neck, front arms, belly, 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 legs, tail. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Now, the engravings all mean something, and each of the engraving faces another engraving. So this is facing that way, and in a minute when we're done here, we're going to go that way to the next engraving. Now with some engravings, if there's a pointy part of the animal that looks like it's not in the right position or it's not sitting right, that's generally a pointer. So for example, the tail. The tail's sitting in a really weird, awkward spot with a beautiful little point arrow on the end of it. In that direction, 3 kilometres, there's an engraving with the tail pointing towards us, and not quite halfway, there is a big waterway. So it's believed that this engraving is pointing to water. Now the Darkinjung people that live here, they didn't need to know where the water was. It's like when you walk out your front door, you haven't got the map out going, now where is the shop? So you know your area. Same as the Aboriginal people, they knew the whole of the land. But remember I said to you before, the Aboriginal people go walkabout, they go travelling, they might need to gather some ochre, they might want to get a special medicine that's not found in this area, it's found somewhere else. They might be going to meet the other tribe to invite them to ceremony. There's always, oh yeah, the sun's going to help it. There's always, you know, they were always moving around. So I'm just going to point this out again. So we've got the tail, which we can now see with the sun, the back, ears, nose, neck, front paws, belly, 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 back legs, butt, tail. Yep? Awesome. So, if Tassin said to you, Karen is going to take you guys for a walk through the desert, I'll tell you right now, we'd all die. Because I don't know the desert, I know where it is, but I wouldn't know how to safely pass through it. I don't know where the food is there, I don't know where the bush medicine is there, wouldn't know where water is, wouldn't be able to find shelter. We would all perish. I'd probably die last. Of course. Because I'd be eating titsy. She's going to die anyway. What you got to do. Got to survive. We'd all die, including myself. But you've got to think, Aboriginal people live in the desert. So this is how they taught their younger generation. The elders, as they were walking through the desert, taking the little ones, they'd be always singing the same songs at the right time, always saying the same stories at the right time, over and over and over and over and over again. Because remember, that kid's got to grow up and learn it 100% to teach the next generation. And those songs and those stories are kind of like GPS, telling them where to go, what to look for, what to do where. So perhaps this is a pointer for people, you know, maybe the elders in Sydney said, mate, go up to here and get something from up here. And so as they pass through, singing their stories and their songs, they come across this and it gives them information. So that's what we believe that this could be used for. The way they make the engraving is put the animal down and see the individual little dots around? Yeah. So what they do is stick and you have your dots all the way around the animal and then you join the dots. Now this is fading. If this engraving was still used in ceremonies today, then the Darkinjung people would have a ceremony and they would re-engrave this. This would be the ceremony. But it's not used today by the Aboriginal people. So you're not allowed to just come and redo the engraving. It's very bad. Somebody said to me, what would happen if you did it? No one would catch you, but it would just be wrong. Right, so now we're going to walk down a tighter path to the next engraving. I'm going to stand inside of the I'm going to stand inside of the rope. That one's got less area for standing, so the people at the front might want to squat down a little bit so that everyone else can see. Is there also a boomerang? Oh yes, sorry. Sorry. So yes, there is a boomerang. We're not sure whether it's a boomerang or whether it's the crest of the moon. A lot of the engravings matched the stars, and when they lined up perfectly, it meant that it was the time to do something. So here is the boomerang, or the crest of the moon. These signs that are here and around the other engravings, these are the same signs from, you know, 10 years ago or 11 years ago when they opened up the park. Remember, they didn't have this much knowledge about the Aboriginal sites that we've got on our property as we do now. Thank you to the court case. So back then we thought, yep, boomerang. But really, we don't know whether it's a boomerang or whether it's the crest of a moon.
Cool.
Right. Can you work there? Yeah, I can.
Alright, so some really neat stuff here. Talking about the Aboriginal people, the people that are native to Australia. Really neat engravings here. Let's finish up our lesson.
Never allowed to rub it. Or I'll use modern equipment and I'll come up with a blower. But yeah, that's how I should be cleaning it. But yeah, I'll just bring the blower up. Notice that I took a dead branch.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and collect our rewards here. Very good things. Very neat, very informational. I'll try and get a better look here at some of these engravings. I know they're kind of hard to see, but really neat. Really neat storytelling here. I'm really glad that I'm on a walkabout that's going through the history of the land as well. I think that's a really valuable aspect of this. All good things. As you saw, we completed out our lesson, so we are ready for our charms class when the time comes. I think for today that's a good stopping point. We'll enjoy the rest of this walkabout, rest of this nature preserve as best as possible. And I'll see you soon. Alright, welcome back. So we get a special treat here. We actually are talking to the owner, the founder of the Australian Walkabout Park here. And apparently we don't have much time left, so can you just give a little bit about your vision for this park, what you see, what you enjoy about it the most?
Sure. So at Walkabout Park we've got 170 acres of natural Australian bush, and that's populated with a lot of very friendly wildlife that is allowed to be wild, but at the same time is quite comfortable with people, so people can meet them. We also have Aboriginal sites in the area and a close relationship with local Aboriginal people, so that we have now got a responsibility that we've accepted to help people to learn about original culture here in Australia. And we have however got our philosophy here is we can save 170 acres of land and all the little animals that live there and protect the Aboriginal sites that exist on the property. But that's really not going to save the world. So the reason we exist is conservation through education and giving people the opportunity to come here, meet the animals, visit the sites, learn to understand what's different and what is so currently relevant about these ancient Aboriginal lore and culture and teachings, so that we can all learn better how to live on country and with country. It doesn't matter where we come from in the world. There's so much we can learn from these ancient teachings and from visiting animals at home in their environments, where we can actually get a better appreciation of what we can do. And our view here at Walkabout Park is if people come here and visit us, have that experience, go home, look at their own situation, even if it's the other side of the world, and have ideas about what they can do to be better global citizens in a way that we actually take a ripple effect out. And the idea is 170 acres, saving that is not going to change the world, but people coming here and experiencing that very much can make a difference to the survival of the planet and the human species, because after all, we are animals too.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. I've had such a great experience here. It's been phenomenal. It's a wonderful place, and I'm really appreciative of what you're doing here.
Great.
I know your message resonates with me. I'm sure it'll resonate with others, so thank you so much.
And if we can ask people to tell the world about us, not a lot of people know that we're here, but gates are open every day of the year, and we'd love to have more visitors and people that can just come here and have the same experience that you have had today.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you so much.